Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Let's go ahead and get into Disco Elysium. Yeah, we're still playing it. We're still playing it. I'm here. Hi. How am I? Am I in frame? I gotta peek. Rav is first. Rav, you're supposed to be watching Brahms. Get out of here. Go watch Brahms. I'm playing Disco Elysium. You don't even like this game. No, I'm just joking. Thanks for being first. Leaves. Why don't you make like a tree and get out of here? Congrats on being the symbolic first. Oh, look at Hove and Nala sneaking up. I watch both of you. Wow, that's creepy. It's nice to see you all. Thank you so much for being here. I really wanted to watch Brahms. Sarandon, holy cow. Sneaking in from the top. How are you? It's good to see you. Sarandon, I was right about my assumptions about how... Oh, enjoy that cup of coffee. I was right about how to get into those areas and stuff. So I was happy about that. I don't know if you were creeping or not on the stream last night, but we made it to the island. So we took care of that building. I thought we were wrapping up, but apparently not. Hold on, I gotta try and clear my throat. Sorry about that. Yeah, so We're like 123 hours in, and I was doing some poking around today on the internet, looking up, what's the approximate playthrough time? People are like, I don't know, 30 hours, 60. They're like 90's way too much. I'm like, yeah, who would play that for 90 hours? That's stupid. Anyway, it seems like most people though were, they just wanted to beat the game. They didn't really care about all the side stuff, I'm like, there's so much to do. Why wouldn't you want to try and do everything? I don't know. I like to try and do as much as possible. I don't necessarily have to 100% every game, but I want to see what it has to offer. So why would I want to rush through and beat it in like 50 hours or something? I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of you understand where I'm coming from. So there are some side things that we have not wrapped up yet. And I'm going to try and do it. So let's keep going. Yeah, my throat, is not happy today. I was out, we got like, I don't know, probably a foot of snow, maybe more. I don't know. It was a lot. And, I went out and cleared it with the, tractor snowblower thing. It actually went very well. It was a nice fast job, but when I came in, my nose was just like running away from me. And I don't think I've fully recovered from that adventure today. Anybody else get snow? I think it was a rather large storm. And the weird thing was they didn't know how to forecast it. They're like, you're going to get snow. But we don't know how much. It could be 2 inches. Could be... It was supposed to be, I think originally it was supposed to be like several feet. And then they dialed it back to like maybe a foot, 13, 14 inches. We don't know. You're definitely going to get something though. It got up to 72 today. It's been really warm winter. Yeah. I don't really need to hear how warm it is. I wanted to hear about snow, especially more than I got. 72 sounds nice. We had what was it, last weekend? It almost hit 60. 60 in February in Pennsylvania. That's insane. This is a wacky winter. You miss snow? Did you have snow in, was it? I think you were in Texas at some point. Did you have snow there? You don't want it to be that warm. 72 it's a great temp though. Yeah. I mean, what if it was 72 and snowing? You get enjoy the snow, but it doesn't actually stick. That's the weird thing. It was like, I think it was almost 50 yesterday. And then it went down to like 32. It was like barely freezing. I'm like, there's no way we're going to get anything. Like, what's it going to stick to? Everything. You grew up in northern Arizona. Oh, you grew up in that's right. You grew up in northern Arizona. You guys do get snow up there. Yeah. I was just seeing some posts about that. About people, and they're like, they showed a picture of it and it looked like worse than here. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. So, you know what it's, at least, you've experienced it. So you got that going for you. Okay. So we just got here last night. And I went like this, and there are some green dots missing, but I was like, we're going to have to come back to this. This is a lot to click on. So I think there was a dot here. There was a bunch up here. So we're just gonna, I don't know. Let's look at this stuff. That looks too important. We'll save the important thing for next. Although I guess it's possible to get snow in southern Arizona. I'm trying to remember what his weather was like. I remember it being like over 100 much of the time, and his air conditioning was always running in the background. People are like, what's that noise? He doesn't seem to miss Arizona at all. He lives up in the Northwest now, near the SeaTac airport, I think, because he always jokes about that he lives at the airport because the airplanes are so loud in the background. But yeah, he doesn't miss Arizona.
Books
at least
and
the weather.
magazines lie scattered on the floor and on a makeshift cupboard. They are not particularly well organized.
All right. We'll start sifting through these reading materials, see what we got. I just want to, as long as we're up and alive here, if my stream goes down, I don't know if I'm going to come back because, like I said, we got all that snow. It's a very heavy snow. A lot of trees came down. There's a lot of power outages. We've been having power problems all day. And I just want to throw that quick warning out there that if you see me disappear, I tried. I'm trying to be here on schedule. We're going back to year one when I was just all about being here and playing games. So, but better, even because I know what I'm doing now. So I think those were some good practice years. We're coming up on the beginning of year 3 is going to come up at like the 26th, I think, of February. So if you come in and you see like a little party hat celebration thing, that's what that's all about. We're going to be starting our 3rd year. That's hard to imagine, honestly. But here we are. Now let's sift through these. Year 1 was about gaming, drinking, and twerking. I would say 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. We're going to dial it back to one of those, but I'm not going to say which one.
Most are soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This disparate digest includes the classic Animal Adventures.
Our snow is like that too, though. It snows and then it melts. Like the snow we got this morning and overnight, as I was snowblowing the driveway, it was just melting away. The roads were clear, like it never happened. But yet there's like a foot of snow in the yard. Really weird. But weird, but normal. The weird thing was just like not knowing how much, because typically they're pretty good at estimating that. But this time they were like, it's gonna snow.
Among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories, you find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to pulp. Light erotica, an international thriller about circuit benders.
Why didn't you pull out your flamethrower to melt the snow on the lawn? Why would I want grass? That just means it has to be cut. Man, you imagine how rich you would be and also hated by a certain group of people if you could engineer grass that only grew to be, like 2 inches tall, 3 inches tall, or custom grass. What kind of grass do you want? How tall do you want it? We'll plant 2 inch, 3 inch, and that's it. It'll never grow past that. I wish that was that smart. That would be amazing.
Some once made themselves a home.
Hey, whoa, 8%. Bring that down. It's a white check. Conceptualization. Heroic. Does anything stand out as unusual? What? How can they throw these heroic things in here? I guess we're going to leave. I mean, is there really? I don't think there's any reason. I don't even know if I have anything to put into conceptualization. We'll take a peek. And it's a white check, so we might as well do it. But honestly, I don't remember. Oh, we do. We have this jacket. Okay. What's that going to take us up to? 13%? I don't honestly, I didn't think I even had anything. Oh yeah, we got some new glasses for some people that may not have been here. We got some new gear. We found some new hats too. Oh, there's a shirt. It's a different color. That one's blue. So we got a +2. Whoop-de-doo. Now turn my lights blue. What do we got? Conceptualization. Looking for conceptualization. That's it. That's it. How about there were some tools. Inland Empire Empathy. Yeah, that's it. Well, it's a white check. What's that here?
Soft covers.
Yeah.
Serialized fantastic
Wow, 20.
and detective stories.
28%.
Animal Adventures. A magazine for electrical engineering and an international thriller.
You know,
Also, light erotica and some
stop.
historical
We already heard this.
from the
Can I
century
stop?
past.
Can you please? Is there a way to stop it from talking when I've already heard it? So here's the thing. It's 28%. That's low. But on the other hand, I've had 72, 92, 97. Like I have failed stuff just as high as this is low. So I guess there's really, as long as it's a white check, there's really no reason not to do it. So we'll see what happens.
Not that you can tell. This is a digest of someone who's dead bored. Most of it is for entertainment purposes, fittingly right next to the radiola on the floor.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Maybe it's a little old-fashioned. There's a nude mag. More than that, you can't say.
Okay.
The print in some of these is pretty small, though. This person has good eyesight.
Oh well, so that's locked. That's fine. What else we got?
Soft covers, serialized fantastique.
Oh, we already... Is this is
Soft
all...
covers.
Okay, that's all one thing. Okay, let's go over to the... This is a bed.
The greasy old spring mattress
Yeah.
lies in the corner. Fresh linen under the heavy caracal cover.
The offer still stands. Take it. You don't look so good.
Why do they want me to sleep? Isn't that going to progress the day? Maybe we should. Maybe this is important because we're injured. So, okay, I guess we'll sleep.
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark corner. Like a dog, you lie there.
I guess we'll curl up with your knees close to your chest because that's the only option we have.
The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour maybe. The sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close. Until you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening.
Go on.
Sleep.
Where's Kim? And I can't click on anything. What's this? The lieutenant is no longer here. Go outside to the beach. Curious. Okay. The door is still here, closed. Feels strange somehow. You can't get in. Yo, didn't we come in like over here somewhere? I don't know how do I get out? Where are you going? Oh, did we come this way? I don't remember how we got in. Okay. Here we go. I know what I'm doing. Haha. It was all for show. I knew exactly where to go. Okay, we're going to the beach. We weren't down here before. Go down to the chain. There's something there. The chain. I don't know. Where is it? Where's the chain? Can't go over there. Guess I'll go over here. And I will be on tomorrow night as well. That's the plan. You know, as long as power cooperates. Walk into the water now? Really? Is this a good idea? What's up here? Just hold on a second. Can I go in here? Not where I came from, is it? I can't see anything. Alright, I guess this is like scripted. Whatever it is. Okay. Oh, there we go. You see her footprints on the water. Wait. We do? Where? I see this. Am I supposed to follow that? I would assume maybe we're supposed to go up this ramp. What in the world? Who's that?
Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship airbag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry.
Huh? How in the world? I think I'm still sleeping. She is not real.
Off to advise the Queen of Shest, most likely. This is the Holy Suzerain of Mwindi and Insulinda. Definitely not your wife. You need to talk to her. Think of the historical knowledge you could glean. I don't know, man. What is the Holy Suzerain doing here? Something seems off.
Hey. Something is off. Where are you going? What's in the bag? Can you stay for a moment? We need to talk. Hey.
Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm doing really good, actually. Both professionally and romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. Well, how are you doing, Harry?
I was like, vote for what? And I didn't see, will logic pass this game, this stream? I'm not doing very well.
Oh, don't say that. I know this positive thing sounds stupid to you, Harry, but it works. We all have an obligation to be happy. You too. And you will be. Now.
Something is off.
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to...
She stops mid-sentence, glances to her right, then looks at her bag.
She means she doesn't have time to tend to your emotions.
You don't have time to tend to my emotions? I don't think I can kill her, Rav. I don't think she's real.
She sighs and looks over her shoulder.
She's like, God. Where are you going?
I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime.
It probably is. What's in the bag?
Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents, the crown of immortality.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I have mine's in my other pants. Cool. The crown of immortality? Aren't you already wearing one? Please, can I have it?
Oh, this.
She corrects the wreath on her forehead.
This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say. Then, over her shoulder.
I mean, she stopped. Does she want to talk to us or not? Or we just, maybe our time is limited? I don't know.
Silence. Her nuptial gown flows in the wind, wraps around her holy body.
Anyway,
Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of creepy, but it's on the list of things to say. Your skin is holy and soft.
no, Harry. It's just regular skin. I'm not as beautiful as you always thought I was. Let's not get into.
You are. None of the others are as beautiful as you.
She does not answer. There's that expression again. You have to say something.
Something. Uh, 33%. Sorry, what? Takes a deep breath. Play it twice. Rav, was that you? Play it twice. Let's just close that. Your deep breath. All the stars burn in absolute silence. Have you ever realized?
The poetry thing is not going to help. It's only going to make things worse. I really have to go. I don't even know how you got here.
I fell asleep. In logic we trust. Hey, thanks. Oh, Hovenala, happy Valentine's Day. Forgot to say that. And anybody else that happens to be in the future, happy Valentine's Day.
I'm sorry. I'm foam. All I can do is foam. It's meaningless.
All I can do is foam? Oh, right, that's today. Whoops. Things not to say on Valentine's Day. Can you stay for a moment? We need to talk. We need to have one more massive, epic showdown.
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive, epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really.
She looks at you plaintively. A little early. You're like an hour and a half early, Rev. It's only 10:30 here, but thanks. I'll take it. All right, slow down. Slow down. We still got an hour and a half for East Coast.
We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us. Our love. Our unborn daughters.
Happy Friendship Day. Is that a real thing? It sounds like a My Little Pony episode.
It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
Oh. Well. That's worse than I expected. Oh, you have a Friendship Day instead of Valentine's Day. Okay. Happy Friendship Day. Did not know that.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
Let's see. But that's not a very good way for things to be. We kind of expanded on the idea of Valentine's Day. I get the feeling you're not really Dolores Day. I bought you this figurine of a headless fallen rider. Well, let's do that.
I don't want it. It looks expensive. I don't want it.
I thought you liked figurines. I thought the figurines were for getting you back.
That's not what figurines do, Harry.
But then the figurines don't do anything.
She looks at the headless Falcon Rider between your fingers and doesn't know what to say. The figurines don't do anything? Anything at all? But I thought the historic figure she had.
Forget it.
Okay, sorry, I was naive. Stop listening to me forever.
What about dice? I had some custom dice made in this place. A doomed commercial area.
Harry, I don't want things. I want to go to the aerodrome.
Okay, I won't give you things then.
I didn't ask for things. It's too late to give me anything. I would have liked the headless fallen rider back then.
Okay. Suggestion. That's a red check. Well, we're not going to pass that. I don't even have access to my stuff, so we can't do anything about this. Okay. I get the feeling you're not really Dolores Day.
I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day?
She looks at you quizzically. It does not seem like a mystery she wants to get into. You're the morning.
The morning? I don't understand.
No, I meant mourning. I'm grieving, but you're not even dead.
Oh my god, Harry, stop. I don't want to hear anything about the morning. Mourning someone who's still alive. Any of that. I can't do that anymore. I'm not 80 years old, I'm 32. People my age are not supposed to mourn.
She breathes out. It sounds more angry than a sigh. You haven't celebrated V-Day in almost a decade. I mean, you can celebrate it. You're talking about, like, having a date. I mean, you can still celebrate it. I don't even know how do you even celebrate it? These made up holidays drive me insane. I mean, they're all made up. And I hate holidays. I just do. Because they all exist to make you spend money on stuff you don't need. Every single one of them, for the most part. We're not going to get into that, but yeah. I'm not really into holidays. Okay, Garfield. Well, it's true. Cards are insanely expensive. But there's one for every single day of the year, probably. I mean, I guess I'm just upset I didn't think of all these money-making ventures. Not really. It puts unnecessary pressure and stress on people that probably don't need it. You know? You still want an uncle? You want an uncle's day? How about Bezos gives everybody, a couple dollars, couple $100,000 million? Just pops into everyone's chat and donates $1 million. Hey, thanks, Jeff. Still a billionaire.
This is a bit much for me. It feels like your ribs are cracking around your heart.
They get Amazon gift card that doesn't cover free shipping. Yeah, we haven't belonged to Amazon. That's why Granddaddy doesn't sub to me anymore. We don't have Amazon Prime anymore, so she stopped subbing. But I convinced my mom to sign up for Twitch, so win some, you lose some. I don't know. I just want to send out Christmas cards to the family just with my Twitch address on it. Like, hey, you got Amazon Prime? You're not doing anything with it, but you could. Yeah, I don't know if she's here. I don't have the viewer list open. She said she was getting notifications now. Let's see. This is a bit much for me. It feels like your ribs are cracking around your heart. Just rub your chest and moan. There you go.
The advisor to the Queen of Sorrence sighs and looks down at the crumbling asphalt. There is nothing she can do about your chest pain.
You're the X something.
Wasn't I Dolores Day just a second ago? Now I'm the X thing? You're confusing me. Look, I have to be at the Lausanne Aerodrome at 10:20 p.m. I still have a light rail to catch.
I mean, I just walked, like, out of the water. This is, I don't know. I can't wait to see what this is all about, but it's something. Maybe we have a concussion or something.
I haven't even bought the tickets yet.
Well, I'm glad we're having this conversation. I'm getting so much closure.
I'm glad too, but I have to go. My friends are waiting for me on the platform. I can't let them wait. It's impolite.
What?
Let's see. You know what's impolite? Consigning a lieutenant detective of the Revachol Citizens Militia to eternal damnation. Meh. Cool. Your friends. Say hi to your friends for me then. Say nothing. Just look at her.
She does not look back. Instead, eyes her fingernails. They're bitten frayed. The evening wind blows in. The gown wraps around her like a white flag. 1,000 times you beat an animal. 1,000 times you've raised that fabric. What is underneath has always calmed you, centered you, made you sane. In your mind, you could still climb inside her bed. Still the only man.
Okay, so we don't have any more options here. On second thought, you're Dolores Day, Queen Regnant of the territories of Mundi and Insulinda, and nothing else.
Yes, Harry. I am. Things have gotten much better for me, now that I am the ruler of the known world. Oh God, it's already so late. I have to go, Harry.
Okay.
A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrists.
But you said I have a vast soul, and you will always come back to it.
We both said a lot of things. We were very young.
What is going on? Who am I? Maybe I'm the one who doesn't know who I'm. Am I like reincarnated? That must be it. I've been reincarnated.
It was her. I can feel it. I can see it in her tender long fingers, in her wrists. Her hand wrote it, said those things.
Actually, you didn't say it. You wrote it in a letter, a handwritten letter. I kept it in my paperwork.
As Queen Regnant, I write a lot of letters.
She brushes a strand of white hair out of her eye.
You need to recite it to her, for effect. All of it. No summaries. Yeah, put a stake through your heart. She'll get hurt too. Collateral damage.
I have it right here. Let me refresh your memory. Let's take a trip down memory lane. You know what I mean? You left a letter saying you will always come back to me, that you can't believe how happy you are with me. She has to go. Is she gonna stop me? I mean, who cares? If she's gotta go, she's gonna go. If she doesn't, then she'll stay. We'll go number one.
Please, Harry. I I just don't have time for this.
Yeah, I know. We're still going to read it. Take out the letter and read. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows until by the until by the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me completely. I step on the light rail and look back. Something, bow collector? I know it will be like this until I walk back to you. You, every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You always have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it.
Okay, stop. Yes. Are you happy now?
No, I'm not happy.
Then why are you doing this?
There's more. Kisses, kisses, kisses.
Very well. I wrote it. It was morning. You slept. There was hoarfrost on the ground when I left. On Voyager Road. It was autumn. The first autumn. But Harry, please understand. It was 1,000,000 years ago. No.
Hovana, thanks for redeeming Cat or No Cat. It looks like we got a cat. Mingus. If Granddaddy's awake, Charlie will be sleeping close to her. You can take a look at Mingus sleeping. Let me move my face. There we go. There she is. Yeah. That's her favorite spot. He's next to you? Yeah, I assume so. You know, I could just pan over and take a look. Okay. Man, I love this. Have I said how much I love this touch portal? It is so cool to be able to control the stream with my phone. I like it.
It was 100,000,000 years ago. I was someone else then, filled to the brim with love for you, hanging on your every word. Oh, Harry, you were the coolest. But I am no longer that person. This has taken her place. It will devour you. Harry, I will eat your mind.
Whoa. Oh. Okay. Never mind. I get it.
The light of the video rental shines through her dress now. A DeLorean figure, cut in black, moves below. It's still her. Her legs, her breasts, her hips.
I was cool?
The coolest. With your leather jacket and your boot-cut pants, smoking in the bus stop. I wanted you to be the rest of my life that day. And you were. Some of it, at least. You were my first kiss, my first time to have sex. The first and worst time I fell in love. I will always have that with me. It's a fact. But that is all it is. It's like a ticket stub, Harry. It doesn't do anything anymore.
Ticket stub?
Yes, let's talk about that too.
Uh-huh.
Let's bring it up, the zoo. In Le Jardin, the day we went east of the river, to the aquarium first, I was sad about my mother. I don't even know why. The shimmer of the fish tank on my face. The octopuses. It was just a day then, but to think. Were we there now, you could touch my hair, kiss me. Talk to me about anything, go virtually anywhere in the world. Not like now. Now our interactions are limited to pain and regret.
Let's see. Can't you turn back to the person you were? I can see her in you, under the gown and that wreath.
And my crown of immortality? No. You scared her out of me. With your crying, the awful time we wound up having. And the cheap rental flats you could afford. Can't you see? I can never think you're cool again. I can only think that way about new people.
A cheap rental with mold on the walls and the tap dripping.
It won't help anyway.
Nothing will. I've been poisoned by newspaper and news. All I can do is scream at them and think of her secretly.
Voyager Road. I know that place. Where is it?
It's here, Harry. We are on Voyager Road. At the end of it, 300 meters from the stop. We used to come here to rent videos.
The house.
There. You could not pay the electrical bill. It became a lightless tomb. The years you spent training for the militia, my parents' money, it was not good.
What now? What happens now? What is the next thing we talk about?
Is there really anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we have already talked about. Talk about it again. If you do not feel like doing that, then you should let me go to the aerodrome.
Don't let her. Don't let her go there. You should redo the topics. Go over everything. The things you didn't say before, too. Make it go on and on.
But that's not a very good way for things to be.
It's not, but...
Like, the third one's like, I have some other questions for you. Like it's some other quest. But what? Tell me there's something good.
I don't know why I said but. There is no but.
That's it?
That's it, yes. We've talked about it a million times. You will get over it, just like I did. People do. Things will get good for you again.
Where in hell?
Good for me where?
Oh yes, she'll come around now. I made her love you again, Harry.
Okay, rhetoric. Calm yourself.
Her innocence, Dolores Day, fiddles with the handle of her airport bag. She has a pained expression on her face. It's agonizing. I don't understand. It was, she herself said.
We were bad for each other, okay? I was bad for you. Can you not see? I'm bad. I had to stop. I couldn't just turn into a bad person. You will get better.
How?
It just takes some time. For you, I think it will take something like 20 years, maybe? It was hard for me too, you know? I used to think I couldn't live without you.
20 years? I don't think Harry's gonna live that much longer. She looks you straight in the eye. Her irises are light blue, flecked with green.
But I can.
It's not. It's just not possible. It's like eating rocks. You just can't do it.
Let's see, 20 years, that's so much time. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So you felt that way once, that you cannot live without me? With all my strength, I can't. It's like eating rocks. Yeah. It doesn't have to be like this. Maybe we could try again. Okay, then super okay. I still have other things I need to know. Let's go with the eating rocks. I like that one.
There is a silence. She looks at you, then over her shoulder, then corrects the wreath on the dome of her forehead. As you talk, it feels like chewing on gravel, granite, steel bars.
20 years. That's so much time.
Yes. It only took me 1 year, maybe 2. Phew.
Wow. So you felt that way once.
Yes. But that time is gone now. So very gone.
It doesn't have to be like this. Maybe we could try again. I know this is pointless, but I just want to see what she says.
No, Harry. We can't.
Why?
We already tried again, and it didn't work.
Oh.
Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things twice and then give up. By that logic.
What went wrong when we tried again? I could do it better.
I don't know. Please.
She shuffles from one golden sandaled foot to the other. In the distance, a streetcar screeches. Why? Why can't we be together?
Harry, we can't be together because you're insane.
She avoids turning them to you.
Insane. How?
They're turning moist now. Her eyes. She slowly shakes her head and tries to get a hold of herself, brushing her hands in her gown.
What do you mean by insane?
You know what I mean.
Everyone gets a little down.
A little down. You've worked there for so long, you can't even talk like a normal person anymore. It's always lists with you. Questions.
She got me there.
Questions? Did someone say questions?
Let's talk about something else.
See? Let's talk about something else.
Man, there's no winning this. This is it's almost a little too real. But I like my lists.
It's not just the lists. You get sad, Harry. Too sad. People can't get that sad. It's impossible to watch. Other people get sad too, but not like you. You stay down for years, and then you start beating things. You get violent. In conclusion, you're ill. You're an old, insane man. And you have to be in hell until the end of your life. And I have to go to Morova.
In conclusion, I'm confused. This is just like some kind of dream thing, but I mean, we're gonna fail this, but there's nothing I can do about that.
Your feet still tremble from the steps you took, as if over an enormous distance, standing against her. Her body close to you, radiating warmth. With your eyes closed, you move your lips on her mouth.
We were close. We only got an 8.
She is not kissing you back.
It failed.
This was not about failure or success. This was always going to be horror. I should not have suggested it, and you should not have listened to me.
I feel her breath.
Her chest rising like a pillow, warm exhalations against the side of your mouth, her tender soul moving through her lungs.
Her cheek against mine.
Feels like soft fuzz, a bird covered in down feathers, brushing against your broken capillaries.
Capillaries? Oh, never thought about that way. Capillaries.
The world's most precious material, reserved for those she lets close enough to feel it. You are stealing a touch. It's not yours to take.
Cold silver against my forehead.
A delicate wreath on her forehead, pressing into your temple. The silver is cold from the spring evening air.
Squeeze her wrist.
Her hand does not return the grip. Her body is rigid. A current of unease courses through it. Distrust. For you. The curve of her spine. Her shoulders hunched. She keeps herself stiff. Her center guarded from your motions. Unresponsive to your guidance.
Move your mouth.
Nothing, just pillows against you. Unresponsive, but for the taste of apricots. Apricot-scented chewing gum.
Mm-hmm. You're not kissing me back.
The moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours. Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew and you held on to her hand, she tried not to look at your face and see the expression there. Brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you.
You're the apricot chewing gum scented one.
No, I'm just Dora.
You didn't kiss me back.
She breathes out heavily, as if something painful has passed through her, and shakes her head.
Those are some options. I just needed to do that. I'm sorry.
She shakes her head one more time. The evening wind rustles her hair, blowing old newspapers and fast food wrappings down the street.
Why didn't you kiss me back?
Why did you do that to yourself? You know I don't cheat, Harry. I never cheated on you.
That's it then.
No, Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see.
She slides her hands down her chest and onto her lower stomach and smiles.
I'm pregnant.
Is it mine?
Of course not. I terminated yours. Don't you remember? You poor fuck. Poverty-stricken fuck. Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions. Let's talk about something else.
No, this has to end. Do the last one.
You're not even human.
I am actually very ordinary, Harry. Below this gown and wreath, I have an ordinary soul and ordinary thoughts. The only thing inhuman about me is this.
She looks around.
This thing you've made me into. I'm sorry for saying so, but I just hate it. What is this? This is so far gone, Harry. I don't even...
No, you're special. You had glowing lungs.
My lungs do not glow, Harry. I am just like all the others. None of us have glowing lungs. Stop making me into some kind of...
But then all this is meaningless.
It is. And it's making me late for my beautiful, beautiful flight to Morova. Far, far away from you and Revachol.
Stacy won? All right. Congrats to Stacy. I don't win things, so I wasn't expecting to win. That's good. She's sleeping now.
A warm gust wraps her gown around her waist and between her thighs. An apricot-scented ghost wafts out of her, her skin, the fabric, into the flow of the air around you.
Let's just say nothing.
The gown moves on her limbs
Hello.
like water.
I've been trying to reach
She
you about your
breathes
stream's
out,
extended
her
warranty.
breath heavy. You're running out of ideas.
Johnny Brahms, thank you for the raid. Hello, welcome. I heard Stacy won. That's great. Welcome, everybody. Elvanala, Big Daddy. Go Rav, thanks for the raid. She did, yeah. Your time will come. Yeah, I was just saying, I'm not really the type of person that wins things, so it's fine. I wasn't worried about it, but I appreciate the raid. I know I was watching Brahms. I know he was playing Cyberpunk. I never win things either. Yeah, see, you know what I'm talking about. I wasn't really worried about it. I was actually hoping Stacy won. I mean, Rav already won. He doesn't need any more. That's good. Well, thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're still playing Disco Elysium. I wish I could say I knew how much more we had to go, but not playing the game before, I really have no clue. But apparently, I'm way over time. Never wins anything. Looks at sparkles. Really, Logic? Come on, man. Wow, Rav, you're really helping me out here. Thanks a lot. So how did the rest of Cyberpunk go? I missed a bit of it. I was there for like almost an hour or so. It looks fun. I just, my computer's so old and dumb. It probably wouldn't even run. I don't think I can run the game. I don't think I meet the specs for it. I don't know. Is my mom in the stream tonight? No, I don't know. It's fine. You don't have to censor yourself. Cyberpunk was good. Okay. Oh, Hovenala says Brahms went to shower with Pan Am. All right. GG. All right. Yeah, it's on my list of games, but you know, I probably have to play it on PS5 unless by some miracle I happen to build a computer that can play modern games. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I looked at the specs and I'm like, nah. You showered them with your melee weapon that vibrates and does blunt damage. Oh, it's also in your backlog? Yeah. I remember when it first came out, people were jumping on it and they were like, yeah, this is bad. And I was like, I'll just wait. There's got to be DLC or something. So maybe by the time I get to play it, there'll be, I don't know, is there already like a Game of the Year edition or something like that? I don't know. Because I know they did release that Liberty something. Chernobylite? Is that part of the DLC? I'm not familiar with that. Or is that another game? I don't know. Well, it sounds like it was a good time. It's really good now that they reworked. Oh, it's another game? Okay. I was going to say, I don't recognize it. Oh, yeah. You still playing Mass Effect? I've only played the first one on PS3. I have the trilogy, but you forgot about Mass Effect. I enjoyed Mass Effect even on PS3. But I gotta say, it already felt like it was old at that point. Now, when did I play that? That might have been like 2014 or so. So I don't remember when that game came out. So I guess it was already a little bit older. Because I think by the time I played it, the third one was already out. Starfield feels old. Yeah, I saw that it might come to PS5. I mean, if I could get it cheap enough, yeah, it might be fun to mess around with. I mean, I love Fallout, and I played those unmodded. I played Fallout 3 in New Vegas on 360, so that kind of stuff doesn't really bother me. I played GTA 5 on PS3, and I still had fun with it. The first game's a bit clunky with the interface. Never felt old. You don't think it's as good as Fallout? I mean, I still enjoyed Fallout 4. By the time I played it, it was already a couple years old, I think. I probably played that I played that when I built this computer in like 2017 or so. I don't remember when Fallout 4 came out, but it was fun enough. But I don't think anything will ever top Fallout 3 for me. I just had so much fun exploring that, and we might actually play Fallout 3 at some point because I never got to play the DLC because I played it on 360 and it was the base model and there was no room to install the DLC. It wouldn't install it to a thumb drive, so I never got to play it. It lacks... Oh, see, I like exploring. Oblivion, I never finished. So that's another one that we might play. Like, I've considered doing a playthrough of Elder Scrolls games, but I don't know. I mean, they're so long, I played so many long games, I feel like sometimes I just don't get anywhere. Like this, we're finally playing this again. I hope we can get through it relatively quickly. I don't like to get stuck on the same game for months. Like, that's what happened with Souls. Dark Souls 2, that took, like, I don't know. I don't even know how many months. You're like Brahms, you talk and don't play. Yeah, that's why I made this emote. This is my stall emote. I'm just paying attention to the kind raider, Fine, I'll play. I'll be here though. You know, we're only like halfway through the stream. Kind. Hey, Mr. Kill Assist. It's nice to see you too. Mass murderer? I mean, we might as well go all in with this. He laughs at your career? Oh, yeah? Is it something you can share? I mean, if you don't have to. He pilots hot air balloons? No way. Is that true?
That is very contested by modern historians. Very contested. Plus, you're only saying this because things didn't work out between us. I have to go to the aerodrome now. I don't have time to defend myself from these accusations.
Oh, hello. Abydos. How did you build your Copperoonie? Oh, you want to see my stats? Is that what you want to see? I can't do that right now. But after this sequence, I probably can. Welcome in. Oh. Waving puppy. That's Hassan. Okay. And dancing dino. All right. Yeah, I'll show you as soon as I can. I'm in this sequence here. I'm guessing you're familiar with the game. Are you? It seems like everybody I meet has played this game through multiple times. So, are you one of those? Have you played this game like a dozen times and you know everything about it? Because this is my first time. My build is, at this point, we're kind of balanced, but I didn't start out that way. Would you say you haven't behaved like a mass murderer with me? Let's see, you're right. I'm sorry. You're soft and good, not a mass murderer. I don't even know anymore. I don't know what's happening right now. It doesn't seem to matter what I say. I think we'll just go. I was going to go 1, but I'm going to go 2 just to throw myself off.
I'm not that either. Can't I just be?
Okay. Don't go.
I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30. I'm gonna go now.
You don't have time to do multiple playthroughs, but it's very cool seeing how unique other people's playthroughs are. Yeah, from the little bit I've read about this, it seems like there's so much that can happen with each playthrough that's different from a previous one. But I understand not having the time. I started this game last year, and I died a good portion of hours into it, and I ended up starting a different game. And now we're back, and we're gonna finish it this time. And I'll just say I'm about 120 at this point. We're probably getting close to like 125 hours. And I can't say, I mean, I did get stuck a few times, but not for very long. And it seems like my playthrough is on the long side compared to other people's playthrough times. So I'm curious, how long was your playthrough?
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore. You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong about everything. You should go on without me.
Yeah, I died once so far, and I think I was relying too much on autosave, and I guess I didn't I didn't feel like dying was even a possibility. So it took me, when I started the game again, it took me almost an entire stream. Now for me, that's not very long. My streams are typically like 3 hours. Fridays could be longer. I did 5 hours last Friday. But yeah, so I lost like 2.5 hours. I got shot. I think my reaction time was off. So it took me that long, and I had a hard time remembering what happened before and what was new. And I was like, oh, we made progress. And every time I thought we made progress, I was like, oh, wait, I remember this part of the conversation. And I finally got to it. Your full playthrough is around 60 hours. I don't know how that's possible. I'm exploring every aspect of the game in as much detail as I can, like all the side stuff. Sometimes I take breaks on the side stuff because it's just like, it's a lot of reading, and I kind of want to progress the story a bit, but I'm trying not to miss anything. So, well, 60 hours, honestly, that's not too bad. Oh yeah, streaming takes, it adds a lot of time on if you engage with chat. If you just if you don't have anyone to really talk to, or you just ignore chat, then it's probably not as much of an issue. But I keep forgetting about that. I'm also streaming it, so maybe my playthrough would. Oh, another thing is, I start my game up about 15 minutes before my stream starts, so I have like a 15-minute pre-stream setup to get everything open and ready and make sure everything's working. So if you count how many streams, so we're at like, well, I don't know what number this is, 28 maybe streams of varying lengths, but still, if you would multiply that by 15 minutes, you're going to add hours onto it. So, not that long. But yeah, this game, and another thing, this is not my typical genre of game, but I'm really invested into it now, and I actually really enjoy it. And I still don't understand why, but I think there's some exploration to it that I enjoy, and that's what really pulls me into games, is exploring. So I'm trying to focus on paying attention more to the story, but also enjoying the stuff I typically do. All right, Brahms, enjoy those teeth brushies. And thanks for the raid again. Appreciate that as usual. Mr. Kilsis is probably mad that I'm not playing the game. You have a sworn holy oath to her. She begged you not to let her go. Yeah, but there's no... Okay, understand. Yeah, we're just gonna...
No, you don't. You're just being a martyr. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight.
She turns. Will we ever see each other again?
I won't see you, but you will see me.
Okay. How can that be?
Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2? 5 years ago?
How will I see you again, then?
Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental.
Isn't that your type of game either? Do you have like a typical kind of game? I I started out, my first stream was the first Fallout, the clicky CRPG one. I'm not an RPG player, but I wanted something that was easy, slow, something I could click on and read, chat, and get used to the whole thing. And then I was like Salt and Sanctuary, Hollow Knight. We've played through the Dark Souls games. I try a little bit of everything. Do some retro now and then. Super Nintendo, Sega CD, Dreamcast.
I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young, and I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum, like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness, after leaving you the first time, so long ago.
Oh, you play Valorant, Counter-Strike? This is this is way out. I have never played a shooter like that on stream. I don't really do multiplayer. I don't know anybody, and I guess I would have to do like solos. I wouldn't even know where to start. I have this I love watching like Warzone. I can't say I really understood what was going on with Valorant. I watched a little bit of it. Counter-Strike, I used to watch it now and then. I think I enjoy the insanity of Warzone a bit more, but I think it might be more the streamer, because it's kind of stupid that I watch Hob, the Happy Hob. Now, I typically watch him for Dark Souls no hits, but I really enjoy watching him growing as a Warzone player. But he's also really entertaining. Like, I sit here and play games. I'm not an entertainer. So what I watch is different than what I am. And it's kind of like that with music too. Like sometimes if you're a musician, you play a certain type of music, but it's not what you typically listen to. So Rav's back. Rav plays Fortnite. That's kind of close. Have you ever tried Valorant or something like that, Rav? But this is intolerantly bad.
Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow.
Oh, is it Xbox only? Oh, Rav's a PlayStation person, kind of like me. I'm a PlayStation. I've had the 360, but that was just to play a stack of games my friend gave me.
How was your sleep?
Apex. Okay. Maybe I'm getting those confused. Valorant. Maybe I'm getting Apex and Valorant confused. One thing I don't think I could ever watch or get into was that Rainbow Six. I tried to watch that. I had no idea what was going on. It didn't really interest me. This game changed the way you see games. Like so far, you have to experience a game or story the way disco unfolds. Yeah. Yeah. I would love to see a different playthrough, but like you're saying, it's so long. And I've only ever seen one person play a little bit of it, and at that time, I didn't know what Disco Elysium was, and I wasn't interested in it. Like it was a streamer that I watched pretty often, and I was just like, it's not doing it for me. Even the streamer wasn't interesting enough to keep me interested in the game, but I get it now. It's kind of like Hollow Knight. For the longest time, I wrote off Hollow Knight. I'm like, I don't understand why people like this game so much. It just looks like another platformer, but wow, that game, it was really fun, but also really challenging. And I think I only got like 97% completion on it. And I think it goes over 100%, but that's good enough. We technically beat it. Kim, you're back. Well, I mean, not like you went anywhere, but let's see. Let's solve the effing case. Your sleep was deep and invigorating. Try to cover up the blood seeping out with your hands. My God. Actually, it was total annihilation, Kim. Is it only PC? They don't even have it on Xbox? Yeah, Rav, you got to get a computer one of these days. There are so many free games. I get free games all the time. I don't even know if I might play them someday. But, you know, like GOG and Epic and Steam give away games all the time. I'm like, yeah, sure. It's free. I'll take it. And maybe, I don't know. I think about playing some of those games someday. They're on my list. But I've got games I really want to play. Like after this, we're going to play Darkest Dungeon for the first time. I don't know if you've ever played that. Just go get one, Raph. Anything. Just go get one. I mean, what are you waiting for? Yeah, but I've been watching Hob. He's been doing Warzone with a controller, and he's pretty good at it. But, you know, they probably have to adapt the shooting with some kind of help, right? I mean, you can't aim as precisely with a controller. I don't know. What's a good... Let's see, my sleep was deep and invigorating. Actually, let's see. Let's comb the entire island centimeter by centimeter. That's the next step in the task chain. Yeah, I think we're going to go 4. You can't move around while shooting because it really throws off your aim. Yeah, some nights I'm like, I'm going to play Warzone. I'm like, that would be stupid. Don't do that. I just never do. If you had a PC, you'd be doing RP. Oh yeah, okay. Makes sense. Rest in the that was one of our tasks. It was to rest. Kim just said okay.
He's still worried. You must have really threshed and squealed in your sleep.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, I will show you my character sheet in a sec. I just want to see what we have left. That is nothing here. We just have to look at the island now, I suppose. But here is my character sheet. I was aiming more toward being intellectual, and psyche and physique got boosted in ways that I don't remember. So I ended up being somewhat balanced, I suppose. Although my intellect is a 4, and I have lots of room to expand on these, but I typically have been putting points into other things, as you can see, because it turns out I really needed that stuff at the time. I tend to hoard my skill points until I need them to get myself a better chance at winning a role that I really want to win. Sometimes I don't care. I don't understand Thought Cabinet. There are so many of these I just have given up on because they will use... I wish there would have been some other type of... not really currency, but, I wish that I didn't have to use skill points. I understand like what they're trying to make you do, make you choose, but I hate that. Like I have something in my mind of like how I want my character to be, but doing this kind of stuff is taking away from that. It's kind of like in like playing Souls games. I always say like I want to try magic, but if I go magic and not pure magic, I'm going to need a weapon too. So that means I'm going to have to spread my points out between a weapon and magic, which also means spell slots, not just magic. And so I just end up not doing it because it just doesn't really, I guess, ultimately it just doesn't jive with what I thought I wanted. I don't know. So I'm just kind of making decisions as I go. Elden Ring has magic spells to summon weapons. I'm sure it does. At this point, I don't know. I would be surprised if I even went back to it. I was really excited for Elden Ring, and then between the controller and just the game seeming like it just was dragging on, I don't know. I kind of lost interest in it. It's the only Souls game so far that have been like, I mean, Dark Souls 3 was pushing it at the end. Like, I just wanted that game to end. I was so tired of playing Dark Souls 3. But Dark Souls 1 and 2, I enjoyed quite a bit. 3, not so much. And Elden Ring is, I didn't finish it. You didn't touch the thought cabinet for the longest until the game made you realize internal volumetric. What? Oh, yeah. After that, you just internalize the thoughts that side with the ideal. See, I don't understand. Like, I read this stuff and it just, I don't get it. I don't know if I'm supposed to be understanding what they're saying here. I look at what my temporary research bonus is going to be, and a lot of the times it's a negative, and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to take a hit while this is doing. I've got a game to play, and there are things I need to put points into. Like, why would I want to waste putting points into this when I've got levels to raise up and stuff? I don't know. It'll happen when it happens, I suppose. But it's been a long time since I've used the thought cabinet. What else is there? Kim doesn't have anything to say to me. Do we fully... Oh, that was just sleeping. We looked at that stuff. Okay, I guess we're going to move down to the generator. I wonder what... The trick is to just read a book and pass time until the thought internalizes, then the penalty gets removed. Oh. That's a good point. Yeah, and I'm playing this with minimal input from chat. Like, I think the last time I asked a question was the other night. I was like, okay, I can't get to this place without spoiling anything. Am I thinking properly about this? And I figured it out. I was right. Everything I guessed what I needed to do ended up being correct. So I'm not like a stickler. Like I don't ban people for spoiling and stuff like that. It's just, I do like to try and do things by myself if I can, but sometimes I want to move it along. So I'll be like, okay, can you just at least point me in the right direction without telling me what to do, kind of stuff. I'm trying to see if there's something I need here. Like, would anything help me in this situation with this? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Unless there's like a red check, then I'm like I want to look at this. Generator.
This old cylindrical generator waits with its fuel cap open. Makeshift electrical wiring runs out of its side and across the floor.
Do I have fuel? Pour fuel into the tank.
The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell.
I guess we had fuel.
There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch.
Let's pull the rope.
The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
Okay. Sounds like it's working.
That should do it.
Where do these wires lead?
Downstairs, somewhere.
Tap on the side.
The tank is far from full, but there should be enough inside to keep it going for a day.
Okay. That's good. Oh, I guess, hold on. What is that? Where are you going? I guess, okay, that was just, we can't get to that. Oh yeah, thanks, Rev. Yeah, I upload all my stuff on YouTube because I'm only an affiliate, so, and, you know, I just learned the other day, if you have Twitch Turbo, instead of having your VOD saved for 2 weeks, it'll save it for like, it was like a couple months or something like that. Will you get fed now? That's up to your mom. I don't know. Does she make anything good? So yeah, as soon as I'm done streaming, I started publishing my VODs, which I never did before, and then I export them to YouTube. So everything from my very first stream up until my last one is all there, separated by game into a playlist. And I don't edit or anything. It's just a straight up, this is my stream. So sorry, YouTube, but I am not that type of person. All right, Granddaddy's heading out. Oh, what time is it? 11:42. Streaming is not good for your sleep schedule. Good night, Granddaddy. What else is there to do? Is this the exit? Yeah, that's the exit. So we want to go, what is this? This great blast door must weigh over 10 tons. Rust peels off it. I'm always hungry.
You see a small metal door nested inside a larger one. A heavy steel blast door. There is a conventional keyhole above the handle. It's very small.
Lately, I've been eating bananas at night. And I put some walnuts on the banana with some honey. It's a pretty good snack. What's on the other side?
Another part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still be usable.
How do we open this?
Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
He looks at the door, then at its bigger brother, then at the lock.
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. It must control the blast door.
Mm-hmm. You're right. We open the big one. Do you see the controls anywhere?
I think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around. Getting the blast door open seems like the best plan.
Yeah. Sounds like a nice snack. Yeah, it's been pretty good. I was like scavenging and like not really seeing anything that would see, like I don't eat breakfast, so I eat like an hour before I go to bed. I just drink coffee in the morning. So it's kind of like my breakfast is really, really early. And then my first meal isn't until, it's like I won't actually eat a meal for like another 12 hours or probably more. Probably like 13 hours from now. And we eat dinner at like 6:30. I honestly, I don't eat very much. I'm not a snacker. So I consider my snack after stream is just like my super early breakfast. I used to eat breakfast. I used to eat yogurt with nuts and whatever, honey, or yeah, mostly yogurt. But I just stopped. Sometimes I make eggs sometimes, but that's usually like more of like a lunch thing now. I make my daughter eggs. She's been asking for eggs a lot. Today I made her some cheesy scrambled eggs with, she likes Louisiana hot sauce. She's 5. And she tells me black pepper is too spicy. I'm like, yeah, but you put Louisiana hot sauce on your eggs.
The heavy metal door.
Okay. So we've got to find another way. What's in here? That's the way we came in, right? I don't think you're going to scare anybody off. How do we get over here? Like, why can we walk here? How do we get there? We can't zoom out. Like, this doesn't go anywhere, right? Oh, generator sounds like it's speeding up. So, can we go this way? To get to... Oh, okay, we can. I didn't know we could get over here. Okay, well, there's the controls. It's gotta be for the door.
Green paint flicks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard.
Run your fingers across the keyboard.
The keys rattle like teeth. This keyboard hasn't been functional in decades.
What is this then?
The console of an antique computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out, they terminate here.
Could this open the blast door?
I think, yes. Let's see. That one. The emergency open.
Okay, it's your call, Kim.
The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
Nice. I worked at a place that had fire doors way bigger than this one. Massive doors. I don't remember if they were automated. We rarely ever closed them. Like once a year, I think they tested them, but they were so big, you typically forgot about the doorway even being a doorway. It was just, a large factory type building that could actually be blocked off to prevent fire from spreading. It must have been motorized somehow. They were so big, but I don't remember seeing a motor anywhere.
A sudden wave of anxiety makes your skin crawl.
After you.
What's there? Point to the door.
I don't know.
I'm scared.
Don't be. I have a gun.
He takes out his sidearm, checks the barrel, then holsters it again. I also have a gun.
I know. It was not easy to acquire.
Yes, Kim, I know. I was there. That's enough. Now, what do we got here? This hatch is jammed shut. What's this board? Oh, we got some magnesium and some money. Let's take it. Why would you not take stuff? Like, all of it. I don't understand that. They give you the option. I don't like... I'm doing a no money playthrough. Apparently it's actually easy to lose. It's easy to lose early in the game if you don't have money. Because you don't have a place to... I guess you don't have a place to stay. And I never really thought about that. Alright, so we opened the door, but I kind of wanted to come out here. What is this? A firing slit. You can't see inside. Because this is... Isn't it? This is where the dream sequence started. Must have been a direct hit to take out such a huge chunk. Chain is still there. What's this? The winch is broken. The rust has eaten what remains of the chain.
A strange feeling looking at the water. Maybe you should just wander off into the sea. Leave it all and walk in. With a bottle in your hand.
A bottle in my hand.
Always.
Why?
Perhaps there's someone there, under the water, waiting for you. Where it has always been. Smelling of tutti frutti and betrayal.
Yeah, I think maybe when I got here, I may have commented about the music. I really like the music, and I think maybe it fits so well with the game, it doesn't stand out. But I think it's great. I've really enjoyed all the music. I think I've made a few comments here and there about it. Like with Egghead and his music. And when I got here, I think I was like, oh, wow. The song's pretty great. Yeah, the song that plays outside the whirling, I know obviously I've heard it a ton, but I can't place it, which is weird. But I'm sure as soon as I heard it, I would know what you're talking about. But I love everything about this game, and I don't know why. It's like I want it to end. At the same time, I kind of don't. But I want to play something else. I did not realize it was going to take this long, but I'm not really in a rush, though. So, yeah. In short, yeah, music's great.
Maybe you know it's going to hurt.
I think it tends to fit the mood very well. But it's cold.
Yes, cold and still. But love is warm, like the inside of her mouth.
No.
Yes.
Raise your sight.
In the still mirror of the bay, you see Martinez reflected. Tall edifices of ruins reach into the water, like shimmering towers. And the shacks too. Pine trees and motor lorries, upside down.
Got 11th place, doing some Fortnite. Rav is an avid Fortnite player. Bugs me to play with him. I've never played Fortnite. Maybe someday. See, I have a PS5, but one of the reasons I stopped playing Elden Ring, well, I quit streaming for a bit back in August, and so I'm back now. This is like my third week back streaming, and I stopped playing Elden Ring because my PS5 controller started drifting. So between it drifting and the game just being so long and drawn out, I kind of stopped. But I would like to play more games on PS5, some PS4, but the controller is just, it's terrible. So if I'd play, I don't know, you can play it on PC, right? Fortnite, play it on PC. That would be weird for me if I would play like keyboard and mouse. I don't know, how do people typically play Fortnite? Now you're playing like no build, right? I would definitely not want to build. That always like turned me off of it.
Islets and posts, like stepping stones, lead into the water in front of you.
Cross-platform.
Go. Step in. It's been too long.
Shake your head. We can't even walk any further. Okay. That's cool, though, that we were able to do that whole dream sequence. Is there anything here? No. I see some stuff up there. Can we go up there? I wasn't able to get up there in my dream sequence. Oh, what's this? The inside of the fortress, you can make out the console and the blast door. Okay, but I had a little red. The pain in your pelvis makes you wince. Then you continue. Wow, just like me. I recently learned I've got pelvis problems. IRL. I mean, I've had them for like a long time, but I finally found out why. So that's kind of funny that he's also having pelvis pain. I understand. A weathered artillery map showing coordinates in the Bay of Revachol. Interesting. Old medicine cabinet newly stocked with dramamine. Can we take that? Nice. Yeah. Cool. What's this?
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like two eyes in the wall.
Okay.
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot from.
Let's inspect the mattress.
A single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns.
All right.
And an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts.
Pick one out of the can.
The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Tio Moteri.
Like the ones we found at Land's End.
I may have been wrong when I said it wasn't important. This means the same person could have visited both locations.
I wonder if it's the fireman.
I didn't see any signs of smoking inside, though. If people live there, they keep it tidy. This here may also be a smoking spot.
Okay, let's inspect the wall.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we actually beat it tonight. We'd have to do that in the next hour. So, looks like we're going to be doing some Valentine's Day Disco Elysium. I'll touch the concrete first.
Quite old and grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain.
Look through the hole in the concrete.
The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water, the ruins look familiar.
On the left.
A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A and 33B.
And on the right.
The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10. The doomed commercial area.
And between the two.
The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop, sunlight reflecting off the upstairs window of Clausia's room.
There it is.
Do you have a line of sight to the window?
More than that.
Kim, with a pair of binoculars, I would be able to see inside the room.
A pair of binoculars or a scope of a rifle? You'd be prone, lying on a mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure.
Mm-hmm.
Cheek against the cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger, on a calm day like this.
Kim, I could make it. I could make the shot.
Good. I think we have it, Detective. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
All right.
Affirmative.
Why didn't we come here before? I mean, we couldn't, but besides that, yeah. I guess this was one of the least likely places. I thought it was going to be the building by the fish market. Because I was like, there's no way to get to this island. I didn't. But here we are. This game really surprised me that way. There were so many places that were sort of hidden by the story. I had no idea the map was going to be this big. Talk about the map. I think the map in the journal is almost useless. I wish it was more useful. They went through all that trouble to make a map, and it was like, you can fast travel to like 3 places. Besides that, I mean, what else did it really do?
Why? We don't go everywhere in the 1,000-meter radius of the crime scene. That's not procedure.
You're right.
He looks north, over the fortification, then at the mattress.
Could the shooter still be here?
Where?
Looks behind his back. On this island.
He does not answer, just nods.
Ugh.
With his back hunched, he looks around once more and says,
Try not to yawn, but I'm feeling sleepy.
he feels uncomfortable suddenly.
We should move now.
Turn away. What's going on, Kim? Oh, thanks for the autosave. Could have used that a couple months ago. Oh, take that. Oh, yeah. I'll take a fuel canister. So we've got 2 skill points. We're coming up on a 3rd. I know one thing I needed. What was it? Perception? I needed something. Don't forget to stretch. It's already too late for that. It's too late for that. I'm just gonna push through. I'm so hungry. I really want something to eat. Who's raging? Purple? Oh, thanks for the purple. we go. It looks blue. Yeah, it looks more purple here. Maybe I can adjust. See, if I move out of the way, it might just be the camera. See, I've got a light on in my face. That might be affecting the color. Like, what if I turn my light down? I have the light turned up like 1 notch. What if I turn it down? Is that better? Should I just leave it on this low? What do you think? Is that too dark for my face, or is that good? It looks more purple. Okay. We'll just try that then. I mean, then I don't have the super bright light in my face. I've got a ring light right behind my camera, it's actually on my upper desk behind my monitor. So I wonder, check it. How does green look now? Maybe that's what's been screwing up the color all this time. You can go back to purple. I'm just curious because I think some people were saying, oh, that looks pretty green, right? Yeah. Yeah. How about orange? Check orange out. Okay, I think it looks better. So it was just the light. All right, well, I mean, it's better for me. Seems good. Okay, you can put it back to whatever color you want. I was just curious to see what it looked like. But hey, we solved a mystery of our own. There's still some fuel in this battered canister, a liter or two. The metal looks decades old. The logo of the automotive manufacturer LUM has faded on the side. Okay. I'm just going to blame the cats. It always feels like there's something bothering me when I have my glasses on for this long. Okay. Well, let's keep going. I think we're doing good. Zoom out a bit on this. I have to turn my light on every night. It used to be plugged into an outlet. Now it's plugged into my computer. So when my computer shuts off, the light loses its memory and I have to reset it every night. So now it'll be slightly easier if I just have to switch it. It has different color temperatures. This is like the warmer color temperature. I thought it looked the best. Okay, I guess we're done out here. Let's go back in and check out that blast door. Oh yeah, and I just learned you can run by double clicking not that long ago. I'm not sure if you knew about that, Abydos, if you're still here. I just figured that out after like 100 plus hours. I'm like, oh look, you can run. That would have been nice to know. Do I still have my gun on me? Let me swap my clothing out here. What is this? That gives me empathy and hand-eye coordination. I would like to have more hand-eye coordination because I want to make sure I can use my gun properly if I can. You found out you could run after stuff with Ruby? Yeah, I'm not that far off from that. So, okay, I'm not alone in walking through the entire game. That would have probably shaved off a couple of hours of my playtime. So dumb. I don't know how I didn't know that. You know? Let's see. What else do we have? Logic, savoir-faire, encyclopedia, but we lose perception. Am I losing anything with these? I'm losing drama. Do I care about that? I don't think so. Right, I've got to make your bed? You better. I make the bed every day when I get up. That's one of those things that I've always tried to force myself to do, so I can kind of start out the day with an accomplishment. I know it sounds minor, but I think I learned that back in college. I was taking some kind of I don't know what it was called. It was some kind of like mental health class in a way, because the school had a bad reputation for people becoming depressed. So I think they made up this class to try and help get more students actually to complete the program, because it was pretty intense. So they developed this class, and it was like small things like that. Like waking up, making your bed, you accomplish something, it motivates you to maybe accomplish something else throughout the day. And another thing was to sit under a full spectrum light to help you wake up. Have an apple, stuff like that. Apples get you moving. I guess maybe they were trying to give examples, alternatives to coffee and caffeine. You did laundry today? Your therapist told you the same thing? Yeah. I remember that stuff too. Like the little things here and there I remember. So I always make it a point to make the bed. Like, well, I did something today, is what it comes down to. What's this doing? So I'm losing drama and encyclopedia. I don't really care about that. That gives me composure. Those pants give me composure. Are those the best pants I have? I don't really have any good pants. Okay. I think we're a little bit better off now. But what bugs me that these glasses are up there. I hate that. I really hate this. What's this shirt doing down there? This inventory. What do you think about the inventory? I think it could use some work. So now I got hats. See, now I won't be able to move these down there. You can't put them there. Why? Where are the rest of my gloves? I can move those here. And then I have to move them down here. And then I can move these over here. This is like a puzzle in itself, and it's not even supposed to be. Then I can move them there. But I've got a shirt here. How do I get the shirt? Can I do it here? And then do it here? I guess it's okay over here because it kind of continues that row a little bit. What else is messed up? That's a scarf. That's also a scarf. Okay, that's wrong. That goes up there. Let me swap that with that. Now we've got two scarves. We can separate the gloves from the shoes. Okay, that's a little better. Not important, but okay, let's head in here. Oh, I forgot. We let Ruby go. What do we got here? I guess we just go in there. Oh, okay. Let's zoom out a bit. So we've got a green dot over there. We can't go over there. Let's go over here. All right. Let's check out the dot. A rubber dinghy. It's deflated and broken. Relatable. We got a purple. Small white flowers blossom all around you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The air smells sweet and scary somehow. You know what we need to do, chat? We need to save. Here, I can do it. I got a save command. All right. Okay, I guess we got to talk to the fireman.
An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth.
Cool. The deserter.
Then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours. Unclouded by cataracts, his eyesight is sharp. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything.
Are you the fire guy?
The what now? I can't hear you.
Did you recently tell 2 kids to put out their fire? 2 twins?
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position. Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
You've retained your eyesight.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
I like this guy.
A shudder of disgust passes his right side. His left side remains motionless.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
I fueled the generator, then used the console.
I should have burned that console down.
How'd you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Oh, yeah.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
But you didn't say that, Kim.
I did.
We have entered a world where he said you shouldn't. It is the only world.
It was not rock and roll. It was sad FM.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness. A weapon of the bourgeoisie. The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip gyrating, mental illness music.
A nice gun you got there.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Is that a Bell McGrave?
It's a 3-angong 446.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Signal commune. Military aid.
He pats the rifle.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
The Xin Yao commune?
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk, white from the board.
His gaze turns inwards. Your weapon has stayed true to you. Mine has stayed true to me too. Show him the gun in your hand. No. Hold on. Sir, I need you to put down the gun so we can talk further. We're with the police. How about I'm with the police. You can keep the gun, but keep it down. Not one move.
No.
Lieutenant aims his pistol square at the man's head and says,
Put it down now, sir.
Kim. Wow.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question me. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
The old man lays the rifle down carelessly, then looks at it lying there.
Like an amputated limb in the sand.
Pick up the gun lying in the sand.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stopped and patched in places with tape and wire. Still warm from his parched hands. Not the metal. The metal is ice cold. This weapon has been modified several times.
Inspect it closer.
The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burned into the wood. Triangong, 4.46mm, made in Sinyao.
It's as he said.
Worn. Personalized even. Looks like this weapon has seen a lot of use, hasn't it, sir?
No response from the old man. The plastic cape around his shoulders rustles in a small bout of wind.
This uses jacketed ammunition, 446.
Jacketed. Military-grade ammunition. Stable in flight. Good for hitting something that's very, very far away.
He says, mostly to the old man.
As he speaks, he stresses every word. He's liking this.
The rifle has been patched and modified several times.
I wonder how old it is.
The old man does not answer. He just stares in front of him.
Stow the gun.
The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. Some kind of involuntary response. Something is slightly off with his motorics. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession. In time.
Who are you?
No reply. His leg twitches.
Wait, did I click on the wrong thing?
You went in too fast. Overeager. He sounds like he hasn't gotten to speak to another human being in a long time.
I wanted this.
Especially about politics. That's what you should do first.
Who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
His eyes turn to the reeds again, dead and dull.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in 07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient. and consigned to emergency defense duties in '08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the Commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
You've been on this island for 43 years?
No. I've been on other islands, too.
Okay.
I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was on E48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
Again, you've been hiding here for 43 years.
43 years and 10 months.
That's steadfast.
It's not how a human being should live. But I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
He looks across the water.
Always waiting. Always.
For what?
For her to return.
Her who?
Girl, child, revolution.
What? Let's see. I come from there. Point to the mainland. I can assure you that is not what the people are planning. Let's see. I've been there. The city is a tinderbox. It may still happen. I've seen it. Shake your head. Capital is too powerful. The rich are very well organized. Women will always betray you. Let's see. Let's go with number one.
I am not a fool. I know. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do.
You said you deserted your unit.
I was just 16 years old, 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too.
Lapse of faith?
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism. A second is all it took
For what?
for reaction to take hold.
What's reaction?
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
It wasn't reaction. You were just afraid.
It's the same thing. You haven't seen it. Not really. Not naked. It's impossible not to be afraid.
It remains unclear what it is. He makes leaps he doesn't expect you to follow.
And this was when?
Lieutenant instinctively looks to his notebook, but does not take it out.
May the 13th, '08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky, and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
Dark magic?
The combined might of international capital, all at once, All the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the Flak Tower,
He gestures toward it.
huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
He looks east. East. Sorry, my throat. Not really making all the words.
A terrible shame still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smallness of what he became.
You didn't go to the map room.
No. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers there, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened at the ordnance all night, and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring.
He looks at the sky. What was that?
Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too, shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels, or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality.
Seen what?
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed.
You forgot to make your bed. I mean, you're going to be getting in it anyway, so what do you have to make it for? Hold on, I got a cough. All right, sorry about that.
And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know.
Put the pillow covers and the thing that goes on the bed sheets. Oh, like your bed it's not made, like it's been stripped.
That the bourgeois are not human.
Let's just let him finish.
I had to. I had to fight it. I had to never stop.
I think this weekend was whitewash and dark wash. Have to do bedding soon, probably. We need a newer washer and dryer, something bigger too. You wash everything together. I used to do that when I lived by myself, when we were, like not together. When I went back to school, I lived, in like another state, and it was a compact washer and dryer inside of a closet. And I was like, I'm not going to separate stuff. I just washed everything together. As soon as there was a load, I would just wash it all. And even to this day, like I just use cold water. I used to use like different temperatures for stuff. I'm like, I just wash everything in cold. I don't know if it really matters. Because we have oil heat, so if I have to run hot water in the washer, that's a lot of hot water to heat up. Because I don't typically wash until I have a full load, and I don't know how many gallons it is, but these appliances are probably from the late 90s at best, maybe early 2000s. I don't know. Hot water shrinks your clothes. I don't know. I don't know that much about laundry. I know how to wash and dry things, but I don't know anything beyond that.
It's not an island, Dwat. It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
Okay. What was it used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
You mean the landing? Retaking of Revachol?
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
Murders. I know what you mean.
You don't know. You haven't seen it. Iblis,
Iblis?
the black-eyed angel.
How have you survived all this time?
How does anyone survive? I steal.
Now hold on there.
That's a choice. You could have become self-employed. Create the system.
You're insane and grotesque. Everyone steals. Vegetables, supplies. It's the life of a dog.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stew, too.
I was just reading about that. I think there are blood vessels in your throat that something causes them to become thin and like exposed. Maybe it's what happened with that guy recently on the plane that died with apparently a lot of blood coughing up. I don't remember what it was that caused it, though.
He does seem frail. Gaunt for his age. More like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer.
Yeah, the revolution. They just had to pull themselves up by the bootstraps. I mean, everybody knows that.
TRCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
You also have Druamine.
We have Druamine and other opioid-based painkillers. You must be in pain. Oh, I didn't realize Druamine was opioid-based. I gotta say, I took an oxy one time for some pain I had, and I don't know if it honestly made me feel any better. I felt weird. It didn't make me want to take it again. You can keep it. This is a serious situation. You need to be looked over, and we can do it. It kind of felt like taking nighttime medicine, like NyQuil, that makes you drowsy, but if you fight the drowsiness, you just feel like you're floaty. That's kind of how I felt, but I can't say it made the pain any less intense. Maybe it was just the wrong medication. I don't know. We'll go 2.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Moribund.
Yeah, I've read that's a side effect of it. It was, like I said, I only took it the one time, and yeah, I wasn't interested in taking any more. I never had wisdom teeth pulled. No, I've had teeth pulled, but that was... Actually, I don't know what they gave me. They put me under when they pulled teeth. I had an overbite, and it was... my options were break my jaw to line up my teeth or take 2 teeth out. So I said, you can take the teeth. So I remember counting, they told me to count to 10, and I didn't get very far, and boom, I was out. And then I woke up, and I was pretty happy when I woke up, but I could barely walk. How have you coped mentally?
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of...
His eyes roll into his skull and back.
I don't even know what. Inferno?
You notice the lieutenant is about to say something.
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult mentally to live in isolation.
My back feels like it's tensing up. I don't know why. I don't think I'm sitting properly. I don't know what's... That's why I've been like stretching my neck out. I feel like I'm starting to get in a bad situation with my back. Probably, maybe it's because I didn't get up and take a break. I don't know. We've got like 15 minutes left anyway, so I'm just gonna push through.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on more and more each year. Ruins, glimmering in the dark, like a fucking merry-go-round.
Oh, I know you suggested it, but I decided I wanted to do it about halfway through the stream, and we were already halfway. We're like beyond halfway. We were like 2/3 in. So I just didn't.
It's disgusting.
He looks down at his shoes, his face parched from the sun and the wind. There's a wince of pain in there somewhere. I think when I did one of my longest streams, it was like, not, for me it was long. It was like 6 hours or so. I don't think I took one break. Or did I? One? I don't know. I don't remember what game that was. 6 hours? Maybe was it Elden Ring?
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
How have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the Thames. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
Yeah, I don't do long breaks. I think when I went and made coffee the other night, that was the longest break I ever took, because when I came back, my BRB video was about to loop, and that was the first time I've ever seen it get to the end. And like since you made the video, it's like 7 minutes long, something like that. I'm usually only gone for 3. I always come back when Mario RPG is on. Yeah, I remember it got to the credits. And then I think it just started over when I switched back to the game screen.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsoff coursing through their veins. And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequency's dead.
How did you get between here and the mainland?
At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted.
He falls silent, his gaze fixed on the shacks huddled together across the river. Why don't you just walk there?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing.
The weapons cache. Have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right?
They were.
Useless now. Rusted away.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across.
There's a small bunker under the Feld building. Have you stayed there?
The propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys.
Killed themselves?
A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
One more question. Do you smoke Tio Mortiri cigarettes? I'm not sure how to say that. Tio Mautiri? Tio Mautiri? Is that how it is?
I do.
Ever smoked them on the mainland?
They're good. Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack, too. Reminds me of the last century.
Tell me another thing.
The old man looks across the water at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
You said this is your termless surrender.
You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol.
We enforce the law. We keep these animals from killing each other.
You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, le Parti Communiste dans ce land. take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
His hand shakes and he breaks into a coughing fit.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pit. Rene, the royalist on the coast, said,
The Communards signed the Revacholian Instruments of Surrender.
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive. I answer to the Communist Party.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
he just wipes the blood from his chin.
Understood.
I don't think you did. You live in a delusion. Radio shows, speed racing, and sporting goods. It's not real.
So you're a communist soldier from the Communist Army?
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
But you said you were trained and assigned to the Defense Corps.
Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
You trying to grow a mustache, Rav? Could always get that Mr. Potato Head. I think he comes with one. Oh, wait. What does a political commissar do?
The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds. You see a small tremor pass through his legs.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the commune.
The lieutenant says softly.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a night philosopher of the revolution, a future human.
Awakened from shutdown by the promise of ideology.
That means you're a trained communist, right?
He nods slowly. Then another tremor.
I'm not really into politics myself.
You're inert lumpen with a gun.
Detective, we have not come here to discuss ideology.
He then turns to the old man.
We have come to ask questions regarding a murder investigation.
The old man spits into the fire pit. He does not say anything more. A jitter passes his lower body.
I have another serious question for you.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
One more time. What have you used this gun for?
What have I used it for? I've used it for killing people.
Here we go. A trail of blood. The lieutenant smells it too.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
That's true, yeah.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay. This is it. You can feel it, like battery acid on the tip of your tongue. Something you haven't felt in a while. But
But what?
this is what you live for. This is the shit. The great serotonin jackpot. The solution. straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
Did you use that gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the security contractor, Crenell?
The who now?
He leans in and cups his ear.
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it again. This is dramatic flair on his part. Right choice. We're in. Do it, sire.
The corpse in ceramic armor hanging behind the whirling in rags. Did you shoot him?
Oh, yes. That one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
The lieutenant takes a sudden step toward him.
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
A drop of blood in the saliva. Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get a confession. The gun, the murder weapon, is the perfect opener. The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember.
I don't think I can save the game when I'm in a conversation, can I? So I'm already a couple minutes over.
Something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
What's going on here? We got three skill points. We're getting a lot of skill points talking to this guy. We have to get a confession from him. Oh boy. All right, we've done the ballistics. The shot came from this island.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession.
The lieutenant softens his voice.
You've been here a long time, Mr. Druss. Too long. You clearly need medical aid.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. Done his part. Just one thing remains unclear. The rifle does not seem to have a scope.
One thing, where's the scope? How did you make the shot without a scope? We have everything else.
Forget about your stupid fucking scope. I don't know where it is. Find it yourself. It's your problem now.
He lost it. He just doesn't know where it is. Forget it. Push on.
You said fascies. You're admitting you killed him?
You're sad for your fascia brother, aren't you? One twig got broken. Now the others are sad.
There's a twitch, then one more in his right eye. I don't need your cooperation. I've got this. Show him the gun you confiscated.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistol. I've seen you prance around with that, jumping hoops for the liberals. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? Going against automatic rifles with these toy guns. Of course you got those boys killed.
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen. He would have a good view of the tribunal from here. It's not just empty boasting.
Stop changing the subject. We have the murder weapon.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
You think we have the murder weapon?
4.46 jacketed ammunition, modified for range. We have it. This is it.
I'm calling it. We have the murder weapon.
Good.
70 experience. Holy cow. I guess that means we got it.
This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
The old man does not say more. He just glances into the reeds and then twitches once more. You're a communist. I talked to the dead man. He told me communism killed him.
Stupid dwat.
He scoffs.
The lieutenant looks at you with worry in his eyes.
Yes, I held a seance with his soul. Just show me the way, and the way leads to you. I have paranatural abilities. It was intuition. Had he spoken, he would have said communists killed him.
Intuition is an aberrant psychologism. It reeks of crypto-fascism. The parasite class use intuition to justify their rank in life. It's all just palmistry and magic, Earl creatures. Your brain is rotting from the radio waves.
He looks at the air, then turns to the lieutenant.
He does not answer the provocation. It does not look like he thinks this approach worked. But still, somehow you knew it was a communist.
How?
Perhaps you suspected it before you took the case. The vision was you remembering that.
But this did nothing.
Was it supposed to?
I will look deeper then.
The inland sea is dark, vast, and on the surface, meaningless.
Turn back to him.
Standing there, slack-jawed, brain festering.
Come on, what am I forgetting?
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausia's roof.
Oh, yes.
There were Maybells in the grass when you got here, and Maybells on Clausia's balcony.
I forgot about those. That's right. I mean, it mentioned there were white flowers, but I didn't remember about the flowers on the balcony.
And nowhere else. Nowhere in all of Martinez have you seen them. Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Clausia's bedroom. Now they're gonna come up.
Of course. Thank you, Head. Thank you.
You got it. Remember, the boot prints were like no modern soul.
Maybells. Behind the victim's window. I saw them growing here.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He seems tender suddenly, nostalgic even. A strange mood swing.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away.
Let's see. A young woman called Clausia. Ring any bells? Flowers like these were behind her window.
Clausia.
He knows her, but hadn't heard the name.
Yes, Clausia. You hadn't heard her name, had you?
My ears don't reach the city.
You know her, right? She had intimate relations with the victim, the mercenary.
With the victim.
He turns his sight from the whitening field of flowers and falls silent. Then the muscles in his jaw twitch, a spasm.
There is a small tremble, looks like a smile, a crooked smile, yet isn't quite voluntary. He's about to burst. Don't leave any loose ends. Get him on everything.
I wonder what brand of boots you're wearing.
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand my shoes are? Sansa? Some shit.
Show me the souls, please, Mr. Doras.
Fucking imbecile.
The old man stretches out his leg. A black and white spiral pattern covers the sole of the worn-out old running shoes on his feet.
The maker is Sensorique. The model is Cordobe, and the size is 43. These are not the unusual horizontal pattern soles you saw in the dust on the floor of the hidden room. They do, however, seem to be about the same size.
The size fits, but not the sole.
Wait, maybe it's simpler than that.
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
People change shoes. It doesn't mean you weren't there, near the room the victim died in, sneaking around.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your masters? They must have really loved that dead fuck.
The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways glance and nods to acknowledge. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. He can't keep them from flickering, looking for something.
People change shoes? I know. It's hard to believe. Yeah, actually, I wear slippers in the house. All of our outside shoes stay on our porch. I used to wear my sneakers in the house all the time. But this house has lots of carpets in it, and when we bought it, before we moved in, we had all the carpets cleaned. So we're like, okay, no more shoes in the house. Sneaking in and out of the house, yeah, I used to.
The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him. A gush of wind. Seagulls in the distance.
I wish I would have known it was going to go on this long. Although, I don't know, I guess maybe I would have cut the stream short. Because we're going overtime now, and I've got to get up and take my daughter to school. Okay.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood.
He was a killer, but he was still under the protection of the law.
Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner. Got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
He breathes through flared nostrils.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
So you shot him?
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
You could almost see him squeeze a tear out of his eye. His fists begin to tremble from the anger.
The lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you, while the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
Hold your breath.
I had them in my sights, both of them, him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase, and I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth.
He begins to smile.
I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her.
Then what?
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white, or what's left of it anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
The lieutenant asks after a second of silence.
Yes.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
The lieutenant takes out his notebook slowly. Very slowly. We're up to 4 skill points. Halfway to another one. Holy cow. We are zooming along here. I should not be here, chat. Almost 20 after 3. Or 20 after 1. I was looking at streaming for 3 hours. Well, I guess we keep going. Tomorrow's going to be fun.
The old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
This part caught you off guard with how long it was? Yeah, I didn't see it coming. Tomorrow.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from.
It's already tomorrow, right?
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
There's no way to get out of this conversation. Why were you looking at them that night? Extract a motive. Oh my god, game. You can't do this. This is the run.
I'm always looking.
I hate playing games when I'm tired. He cocks his head to the side, then turns his eyes to the city. Another tremor passes his right side, lower in intensity. I like that they didn't have as it. Yeah, this is very, well, I mean, I'm not surprised, but I am, for different reasons. It would have been nice to have a warning that this was going to be really, really long. I probably would have said, all right, I'll cut it short. We'll pick it up tomorrow and finish it. Confident that we'll get this done by the time you have to take your daughter to school. If that's what's going to happen, then there will be no stream tomorrow.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
Helps him see all the shit.
And if you don't like it?
Click.
If it's part of the beep you see.
Then you pull the trigger?
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
Oh my god. Oh, you can't leave. We finally got, I mean, I've seen this before, but so composure is what we need.
I ain't going anywhere.
All right, what did we get? I think it was just the gun, right? Yeah, the bolt action 4.46 caliber, poor man's sniper, relatively precise, blah, blah, blah. Wow. Okay. Let me put on clothing for composure so I don't forget, and then I will save it and we'll pick it up again. Here I thought we were going to be done, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. Any more composure? Do we have a composure shirt? I think we were at 42%. That's minus composure. But we have like 4 skill points. Oh, here's some composure shoes. We're losing savoir-faire. Oh well. What's our composure at? +3. Okay.
Minions of capital.
We're at 72.
What do you want?
So it's still going to take a couple more points to get us higher on that. Let's just take a quick look at, I'm not going to click on any more questions, but what specifically did you not like about what you saw that night? Been looking at anything else you haven't liked. You're under arrest for the murder. Okay, so we're going to be arresting him. So that's solving it. But we still have a lot of side stuff to do. We've got this and that and that. And talking to Joyce. I don't know. We might be able to get another stream out of this. Which means we would start Darkest Dungeon. Depends on how much longer this takes. I said, you know, if we can wrap this up in another hour, you know, I will cut the stream, get Darkest Dungeon set up, and come back online, because I don't like to edit videos, and I really can't edit videos, so I just I cut the stream, and we come back like it's a whole new stream. So that's what we'll do, unless the game ends at a, you know, if we're 2 hours into the stream, I don't know. Do I want to play Darkest Dungeon for an hour? I don't know. All right, let's save it. Finally. It was hard to get back to that screen. All right, we're saved. We'll, yeah, we'll pick this up. Tamara. All right. Ugh, so tired. All right. Thank you for being here, everybody. We're closing in. I can feel it now. We've got a confession. We've got the murderer.
You should be seeing a psychiatrist. Why on earth did you come here? Because the light was on.
Yeah, the light's on for you, chat. That's how you can find me, whether I'm online or offline. Appreciate that follow. I will be back tomorrow. I typically start at 10 p.m. Eastern, and we go for about 3 hours. If I don't have to get up early the next day, we can push that a little bit farther. But I like to try and stick to a schedule. So thanks everyone for hanging out and chatting with me tonight. It was nice to meet you, Abados. Hope to see you again sometime. And thank you to anyone that's lurking out there, whoever you are. I appreciate that. And we'll be back tomorrow with some more Disco Elysium, followed by Darkest Dungeon, whenever that happens. All right. If you celebrate, have a fantastic Valentine's Day or Friendship Day, as I've learned. And I will be back tomorrow. Good night.